When we were talking about the guy over here earlier asking about there being a pre-injury, just on my accounts, the face-off that day is at 80 million views, right? So if there was a pre-existing injury, somebody would have noticed it. He was limping, put his shoes on, he ran right at him. I don't think there was. Anything is possible, but he sure didn't look like it. And for 80 million just on my accounts, you know, that number's got to be massive, and nobody noticed anything, so there you go.
I did a UFC podcast before I came here, and me and Wonderboy was talking about it. Even with him walking into the octagon, it didn't seem, you know, it just didn't seem like the same Conor, you know? Like, I thought he was stood there to fight, but like I thought he'd be a little bit more rowdy, a little bit more crazy. He looked like really, really calm, like super calm. So I was just kind of like, oh wow, let's see how this goes. And then of course I knew he was gonna attack me with something, and it was that kick. So you know, it sucks. I just hope he's good. You know, I know Conor been battling some stuff. Looked like he really been changing. You know, he found God. He had his kids in there, so you know, during the fight, you could obviously tell his demeanor changed, you know. And I was, you know, shout out to the ref. I was trying to tell the ref sooner, you know. Like, this guy's kids is front row, you know. I don't want to see him take unnecessary damage, trying to stop the fight. But this is how crazy Conor is. The first time he's on the ground, I was punching him. He's like, fight. I was like, okay. That's why I backed up. I said, stand up there. Let's fight. And then he fell back down, and then the fight was called. I told the ref, stop the fight. He doesn't want to fight. I was like, bro, his demeanor is right. And then he said fight the first time. So I was like, okay, stand up. So I backed up, he stand up, and then he tried to do this hop step where he hop forward, hop back, and then he did it again. And then when he went back, he just kind of grabbed his leg, you know, and he screamed. He said, and I was telling the ref, come on, bro. Like, what you want me to keep it? Like, this guy he brought his kids to the fight, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to beat up a wounded dog. I was like, man, come on. Like, you call this. He was done, you know, and he wanted to fight. Tried to stand up again, fell back down. I just hope him a speedy recovery, you know. It's all love to him. The man, like I said, is trying to change his life around, so, you know, sending prayers his way.
Sean tweeted, I'm not saying this is it, but every homie I have that has done steroids for too long, their bodies become so fragile. I'm not saying that's why, but it does weaken everything.
Don't be bad. No.
Nah, bro. He was talking about this 170 domain. I put in this 170 work. We worked our asses off here, especially after turning around so fast after that March fight, and to come back. I wanna feel this domain that he's talking about, this 170 Conor that he's talking about, this different world. That's what I want. So I want to see what his injury is, and you know, as for me, I'm down to come back 2027. You know, with that March fight and this fight, I know I came out unscathed, but I owe my family some time. I owe my wife and my son some time, some family time. So that's why I focus. You know, you guys are going to see Bless return in 2027.
A trilogy could make sense, or maybe not make sense, but let's say they come to you and say, yes, we're going to opt for the trilogy. Is there any part of you that fears that it'll be hard to promote this to the fans and just convince them, hey, Conor's coming back again and let's run it back?
Not at all. You saw all the numbers that this thing was getting. That was after the man of 5 years. And you can just push it as, you know, he got an injury. Wow, who cares? And I'm sure he might be the betting favorite. Who knows? That'd be great.
With John, if, you know, a trilogy could make sense or maybe not make sense, but let's say they come to you and say, yes, we're going to opt for the trilogy. Is there any part of you that fears that it'll be hard to promote this to the fans and just convince them, hey, Conor's coming back again and let's run it back?
Not at all. You saw all the numbers that this thing was getting. That was after the man of 5 years. And you can just push it as, you know, he got an injury. Wow, who cares? And I'm sure he might be the betting favorite. Who knows? That'd be great.
I was talking about it about 10 minutes ago. I'd submit Charles.
And have you heard anything back from him or?
No, like, I've got nothing but respect for Charles. I know what I mean. He's an absolute legend in the sport, but he's on his way out, and I think if he tried to grapple with me, I'd submit him. But we'd probably end up having a war for 5 rounds on the feet if I ended up fighting Charles Oliveira.
I tell you all the time, my production team, we just did the White House. We built a f***ing arena on the south lawn of the White House, and it was the greatest f***ing thing in the world to be there live and to watch it on TV. I just paid Shakur Stevenson a shitload of money, and for some reason we can't figure this celebrity shit out. They put him up as a fucking OKC NBA player. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, it's absolutely crazy, but we are the absolute worst to ever do the celebrity thing. When we put celebrities up, we are the worst. I just had this fucking debate in the back with my guys while I was screaming at everybody back there, and they said, no, soccer's worse. Soccer shows the people and they don't put up any graphics. Oh no. We put up fucking graphics and put the wrong guy's name on it. We win. We're the worst ever to fucking do it.
How'd it live up to your expectations?
He did tremendous.
A happy John Jones with a successful Gable Steveson.
Absolutely.
What's that feeling like watching someone you've tutored win like that?
It's absolute joy. It's absolute joy. I was telling Gable that I get to relive everything I experienced with the UFC all over again with Gable. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Does it make you want to come back?
I think it makes me just appreciate being in the present. You know, like, great things come to an end.
Reacting to his loss, Conor tweeted, "My head gasket is gone. Destroyed. I had no injury or injuries going into the fight. I was throwing kicks, planted and jumping all throughout camp as well as backstage before the fight. This came out of nowhere. I am beyond dark here. I can only describe it as hell."
I want to feel this domain that he's talking about, this 170 Conor that he's talking about, this different world. That's what I want. So I want to see what his injury is, and as for me, I'm down to come back 2027.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's gonna be bad, my nigga.